Hi everyone. So climate change is kind of like a doping shot for storms. Sounds quite right, but let's back it up a bit and start with the basics. What is a storm anyway? Storms, or more scientifically tropical cyclones, are massive weather systems that bring along their signature move. Crazy strong winds, heavy rain, and sometimes an unwanted bonus spike of heat waves, storm surge and flooding. But storms don't just pop up anywhere. They only form over warm tropical or subtropical oceans, and they need a bunch of special conditions to even exist. Here's the six main ingredients for a storm to be born. 1. Warm ocean water. This is the most important factor. The surface of the oceans needs to be at least 26.5 C degrees, about 80 F degrees, not just on top but down to about 50 meters deep. Warm water evaporates, sends up moisture, and powers the storm like jet fuel. If the water's too cold, storm's running on fake gas. 2. High humidity. The air in the lower and middle layers of the atmosphere has to be moist. That moisture turns into clouds and rain when air rises, and all that condensation releases latent heat, basically giving storms an extra energy boost. 3. Atmospheric instability. For a storm to grow, the atmosphere needs to be unstable, meaning temperature drops quickly with height. This encourages towering clouds, heavy rain, and powerful winds. The more unstable it is, the wider the storm gets. 4. The Coriolis effect. Because Earth spins, we get this nifty thing called the Coriolis force, which makes air spin into a vortex. In the northern hemisphere, storms rotate counterclockwise. In the southern hemisphere, they spin clockwise. At the equator, there's almost no Coriolis effect, so big storms can't even form there. Congrats if you live near the equator. You are in the no big storm zone. 5. An initial disturbance. Even with all the perfect conditions, you still need a trigger, a weather disturbance to kick things off. This could be a tropical wave, a low-pressure system, or even the leftover of the old storm. There was one time a storm traveled from the Pacific, hit Vietnam, moved through Laos, Myanmar, and then got reborn in the Indian Ocean. Seems that was Super Typhoon Yagi in September 2024. 6. Low wind shear. Wind shear is when wind changes speed or direction with height. Too much shear, and the storm gets torn apart like ripping the top of a cake. But if the shear is low, the storm stays upright, grows big and strong, and becomes a beast. So in short, a storm needs warm water, humid air, an unstable atmosphere, Coriolis force, a starter disturbance, low wind shear. Once all six come together over tropical waters, boom, a storm is born. Now, here comes the big questions. Is climate change giving storms power up? The answer is, yeah, totally. Climate change isn't just one thing, it's a whole chain reaction of shifts, and many of them supercharge the storms in sneaky ways. Let's break it down. First, the Earth is getting hotter. Oceans absorb over 90% of that extra heat. That means warmer water, more fuel, stronger storms that intensify fast. Scientists call this rapid intensification, where a storm jumps from, say, level 1 to level 2 in less than a day. It's like a storm going to the gym overnight and come out shredded. Research from Cousins et al. In 2020 and the IPCC both confirm big storms level 4 to 5 are happening more often, right in line with that climate model predicted. Second, warmer air holds more moisture. Thanks to Claudius Clapeyron's law, for every 1 C degree increase in the temperatures, air can hold 7% more water vapor. So when a storm comes, it dumps way more rain, especially if it's moving slowly. Example, Hurricane Harvey in 2017 made Texas look like a giant swimming pool, partly because of all that trapped moisture. Third, melting ice and warmer oceans equal higher sea levels. So when a storm hits the coast, the storm surge is even higher, reaching further inland. Fourth, storms are taking weird routes now. Thanks to climate change, some storms are shifting paths, going to places they didn't used to, or climbing to higher latitudes. Some slow down and just linger over land, dumping rain for days and causing severe flooding. A 2018 study by Cosin found storms are moving more slowly than they used to, both over ocean and land. Fifth, wind shear is changing. In some areas, shear is dropping, making it easier to storm to form and strengthen. In others, it's increasing, which suppress storms. These parts still being studied, and scientists are working on models to predict what's next. In conclusion, climate change is turning storms into stronger, scarier, and more unpredicted monsters. That's why along with fighting climate change, we also need better storm forecasting, disaster preparedness, and public awareness. And as individuals, stay informed, follow the weather, and always be ready, because the better you understand the storms, the better you can handle them.
Like and subscribe to Tinyfy for more short and sweet explorations of the world around us. See you in the next video.